Friends and family gathered in the Our Lady of Perpetual Succour Church in Foxrock in South Dublin this morning for the funeral of the 27-year-old, described as a vibrant and brave girl who did not let the tragedy define her life. Ms. Beary from Blackrock, South Dublin, died on Saturday at Beaumont Hospital after suffering a stroke on December 29. She was among 7 survivors when a balcony collapsed in California in the early hours of June 16, 2015, during a celebration of her 21st birthday. She was left with life-changing injuries including brain trauma, broken bones and organ lacerations. Her friends Olivia Burke, Owen Culligan, Lorcan Miller, Nicola Schuster, Emer Walsh and Ashley Donahoe all died in the tragedy. The funeral on Friday, which was attended by a representative of the Irish President Michael D. Higgins as well as the chaplain of University College Dublin, heard how Ms. Beary overcame the obstacles life put in her way. Father Kieran Dunn, the parish priest, told the congregation that Ms. Beary was a person of remarkable gifts and talent. In 2017, after the balcony collapse, Ms. Beary had started studying occupational therapy in Oxford Brookes University in England. Father Dunn described her as a woman who faced the very depth of loss of many friends and personal injury to herself and others. A person who embraced life and its possibilities again, finding especially new growth and life in her friendships and in her study in Oxford Brookes. We recall a person rooted in her family, parish and community. A loving, loyal, faithful young woman who had the capacity to nurture true friendship. Father Dunn said the ripples from the death of Ms. Beary had been felt across the country and beyond. Communities of friendship all touched and moved by the life and death of this beautiful young woman. Not to mention the wider Christian community here in Foxrock and our city and national community as well, he said. At the funeral, friends prayed and thanked the doctors and nurses who had cared for Aoife over the years. Before the service began, children from local schools lined the route to the church on Friday to pay their respects to Ms. Beary. Inside the church, a map of the world, on which Ms. Beary had scratched out all the countries she had visited, was placed on the altar. The congregation heard that it had always been her aim to visit 25 countries before she reached the age of 25. The map was joined by an old school jumper and a degree scroll from University College Dublin, as well as an occupational therapist uniform and a coffee cup. Aoife's day always had to begin with her vanilla latte. It was an important part of her daily routine. No study or chat could begin without a cup of coffee in hand. It was like punctuation to her day, her friend Aisling Kennan told the church. Clodagh Cogley, another survivor of the balcony collapse, placed a Spanish textbook belonging to Miss Beary on the altar. AOI's lockdown challenge was not baking banana bread, but to become fluent in Spanish, Ms. Kennan told mourners. James O'Doherty, Ms. Beary's godfather, spoke on behalf of the family as the funeral mass drew to a close. Minutes earlier began by Irish poet Brendan Kinnelly, which says that something that will not acknowledge conclusion insists that we forever begin, had been read to the congregation. You fought such a good fight, and the burden of your injuries and the burden of dealing with them didn't leave a lot of space for the joy of living, Mr. O'Doherty said of his goddaughter. But you insisted on living life well. You insisted on a life full of meaning and purpose. It was grounded in your ability to connect with people. The strong friendships you've built from a very early age. In a moving tribute to Miss Beary, he praised her love of living, her ability to make friends and her passion for travel. Mr. O'Doherty spoke of the day she testified in front of the state legislature in California, following the balcony collapse. You didn't forget your friends when you sat in front of the lawmakers in California, he said. And you said those words that I think everybody here remembers, that your birthday will always be their anniversary. He quoted a tribute from Dean of Science at University College Dublin Tara McMorrow, who said that her legacy is one of hope and determination. The song Somewhere Over the Rainbow was sung as Miss Beary's coffin was carried from the church, before being taken to Newlands Cross Crematorium. The mass booklet for the funeral was decorated with photos from the life of Miss Beary, showing her smiling with friends and documenting her travels. A quote from it read, "Never ever doubt that we will meet again. Until that happy day I will grow with God and wait for you."